In this video, I'll explain why you're struggling to land interviews, even with 50, 100, even 200 applications. My name's Dev, and in the past year, I've gotten into companies like Amazon and Google, and helped hundreds of students and engineers land their dream offer in AI engineering. And for every single one of them, there were two strategies that changed everything. But before we get into them, let me tell you a story that might sound painfully similar. It's about one of my clients, Jack, who applied to over 200 positions and didn't get a single interview, not one. And yet, 3 weeks after working with me, he had interviews at multiple AI startups. What changed? We'll come back to Jack in a minute. But to understand his turnaround, you first need to understand the game you're actually playing. You see, most people think the job market is fair, that if you just apply to enough roles, eventually someone will see your potential. But that is a lie. The truth is, your application never even gets seen by a real human. It dies in a black hole, killed by ATS filters, keyword mismatches, or worse, lazy recruiters who decide in 4 seconds that you don't fit the vibe. And that's honestly our enemy, the fake meritocracy of tech hiring. The system that rewards spam over substance. The system that rejects insanely talented engineers every day just because they didn't bold the right keyword. If you've ever been ghosted after doing everything right, this video is for you. And we're not just gonna complain, we're gonna destroy this system from the inside out. And the very first weapon in our war is your resume. Most people think their resume is good enough, but every time someone starts working with me and they send over to me what they think is a polished resume, I always find 5 to 10 things that immediately need to be fixed. Sometimes it's formatting, sometimes it's storytelling, sometimes it's a resume that just doesn't pass the 7-second recruiter test. Let me give you a real example. One of my clients came to me with a resume that looked fine on the surface. He had solid experience with great projects, but his resume was written like an academic paper, not a marketing document. After rewriting it and positioning his projects around impact instead of activity, he landed an interview at a top startup within a week. So here's the key. Your resume isn't just a list of everything you've done. It's a strategic document that sells one thing and one thing only: why you're the perfect fit for the exact role you're applying to. That means you should not submit the same resume to every single job application. If you're applying to both data science and AI engineering roles, you need 2 different variations. Software engineering 2, now you need a 3rd variation. The keywords are different, the focus is different, the whole story is different. You don't send the same text message to your friends and your parents, right? So why send the same resume to 2 completely different roles? But here's the crazy part. Even if your resume is perfect, you can still get ghosted with 0 interviews, because there's one more filter we haven't even touched yet, and we'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to show you something that'll make this stick. Let's talk about the lazy engineer mindset. You know the type. They apply to 500 jobs with 1 generic resume and then complain about the market being saturated. Meanwhile, my clients who are applying to fewer jobs are the ones actually getting interviews. Jack, remember him? He was one of those guys who sent 200 plus applications with the same resume. No hits. But we rebuilt his resume from scratch, created 2 variations for him, one for software roles, one for machine learning roles, and within a few weeks, he had multiple interviews at AI startups. That's what happens when you stop playing the game like everyone else. And if you want me to personally rewrite your resume, I'll do it myself and make those different variations for you. Click the link in the description and book a free strategy call with me. Now, even the best resume can't save you if nobody even sees it. And that's where most engineers completely screw up. We need to talk about referrals. A recent study across the whole industry showed that people who apply with a referral are 7 times more likely to get the interview than someone without a referral. 7 times more likely! That means you could literally have a worse resume, but if someone inside vouches for you, then you can get the interview. And yet, most people give up after getting 1 or 2 referrals that don't lead anywhere. They think,
Ugh, I tried referrals and it didn't work.
but here's what they don't realize. Referrals are a numbers game. If you only reach out to a few people, that's not effort. It's luck. You need to get 5 to 10 referrals minimum. Do that and I promise the interviews will start rolling in. Let me tell you about Raj, another one of my clients. He was a brilliant engineer but super introverted. He told me,
Dev, I don't feel like reaching out to people on LinkedIn. It feels awkward.
so I gave him my outreach framework, the exact one I used to get referrals at top tech companies. He used it for just a few weeks and secured 3 more referrals. A few weeks later, the interviews started rolling in. Now, let's talk about why most people fail at getting referrals in the first place. It's simple. They treat networking like begging. They send messages like,
Hey, would you be able to refer me for XYZ position?
that's the recruiting equivalent of walking up to a stranger at a party and immediately asking for their phone number. It's not persuasive, it's desperate. The secret to getting referrals isn't just asking, it's earning interest. Start by connecting with people who actually work at your target companies. Comment on their posts. Mention something specific from their work. Be human first and strategic second. Then, once you've built familiarity, send a message like,
Hey John, I came across your post on whatever their post was about. It was super insightful. I'm currently targeting X role at whatever company they work at, and I'd love to hear your perspective on the team's culture.
that's it. No mention of a referral, no begging. You're building connection, not transaction. That's how the game is played. Now, let me zoom out for a second. If you followed my content for a while, you know I always talk about balance. Because in every part of life, the people who win are the ones who stack the skills while others don't. In career growth, that means combining technical mastery, personal branding, and recruiting leverage. But the same thing applies in life. When I was grinding for interviews at Amazon and Google, I wasn't just coding. I was also hitting the gym 6 days a week, staying in shape, taking trips with my girlfriend, and building a business on the side. Because success isn't linear, it's layered. That's the mindset I teach my clients. You're not just building a career, you're building a life portfolio. And when you approach the job hunt with that energy, recruiters can feel it. It changes the way you speak, the way you write, the way you show up. You stop coming across as desperate and start coming across as inevitable. So if you've been applying to dozens of jobs, getting ghosted, don't blame yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. It's your approach that needs fixing. If you want me to personally help you fix that, here's what to do next. Click the link in the description and book a free strategy call with me. This is the same process I've used to help my clients get offers at AMD, Amazon, Google, and more. And if you're looking for another video to watch, one where I explain how this program even works, click this video right here. I go over the actual strategies we use, and I promise it'll change the way that you apply to jobs forever. Watch this video next, and I'll see you there.